5.2a is actually going to be a review question, though it's been a long time, so you might have forgotten about this. If we did these formulas that we're looking at today in the housing unit. The main focus of this lesson was talking about these new terms about loans that we haven't really talked about before, but this is going to really be the same, actually, because that formula that we use to determine a monthly payment on a house loan is the same for any type of loan. So when the question asks, for example, 1, what is the monthly payment? That is this big old formula. We haven't used it in a while, but that was during the housing unit that we had to do that. So if it goes blah, 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 what's the monthly payment? Hey, it's going to be that. So that's actually what we're going to start with. And again, oops, I got lots of stuff open here. Again, what this is going to find is based on this interest rate and all of that stuff, because part of your payment has to be interest. That's why this formula is so complicated. It's not just a matter of taking this $4,000 and dividing it evenly into a certain number of payments, because again, you're going to end up paying extra by the end. So each payment has a little bit of interest. So let's just real quick, let's review. I'm going to copy this formula over. Probably not every single time, but let's go ahead and do this. This is the monthly payment formula. This is P R over 12, 1 plus R over 12 to the 12t. Make sure I got this right here. Yep. And then on the bottom, we have 1 plus R over 12, 12t minus 1. Okay, so again, this is not talking about compound interest. So you notice that n is not a variable anymore. These are talking about something different. This is not talking about compound interest. So just to refresh your memories, go ahead and write down what's P, R, and T. Well, P is our principal for the loan amount. This is $4,000. R is going to be 0.085. Once again, 8.5 divided by 100, 0.085. And then T is 2. So all it is just a matter of plugging this in. Just remember, I'm going to have you guys try it in Desmos, whatever you need to. Remember that in Desmos, you need to figure out what 12 times your t is ahead of time and then plug that in. So go ahead and give that a shot in Desmos. I'm going to pull it up myself as well. Oops. Always forget to have this up ahead of time. Okay, so remember that your very first button you hit is fraction button. If you try to do it at the end, it's going to get messed up. So try and do that first. So we have 4,000. Whoops. Back. Delete. We have 4,000. Parentheses, you have R over 12, so 0.085 divided by 12, close parentheses. I got 1 plus 0.085 divided by 12 to the 12 times t. That happens to be 12 times 2, so that's going to be 24 as your exponent there. Careful where I'm at. 24, and then down the bottom I have 1 plus 0.085 divided by 12, close parentheses, to the 24, and then I have minus 1. Don't forget that minus 1. It's a really common mistake to forget that minus 1. And if you do, your answer almost looks like it might make sense. I mean, it's a much smaller answer than what it really is. But off of $4,000, your payment's really not going to be that bad. So this is 181.82. I do recommend, I kind of skipped that step here because I was going to show you it all plugged in. I do recommend you write this out first and then go to plug it in. Otherwise, again, we just make mistakes that we don't want to make. So you should have that all written out. So this is the monthly payment. Now, again, if you notice, that's going to have the interest worked in. That's not going to give us an even $4,000 by the time we're done paying it off. It's going to be more. So let me go back here, formula sheet. So notice the next question is going to say, what is the total cost? Now, we used this formula before, technically. However, it's a little bit different now because we found the monthly payment ourselves. So it says total cost of loan, monthly payment times the number of months, plus a down payment if applicable. And you notice this question did not say anything about a down payment. So that's all we're going to do. So total cost equals... Again, we actually have done all of this before in the housing unit. Monthly payment times the number of months. That's number of months. That's a number symbol. It's really hard with my mouse sometimes. There we go. Okay, because again, The total cost is all of the money you've given them. So they've given them this monthly payment for how many months? It's 2 years. How many months is that? 24. So all we need to do is take this monthly payment. 181.82 times the number of months is once again going to be 24. Not 2. It's 2 years. But that's 24 months. So 181.82 times 24. Okay, so you should have gotten 4,363.68. This is our total cost. Again, notice more than 4,000, that's because of the interest, right? The whole point is, yes, you get to pay this off over time, but you're going to pay more. Now, we also have done this before, but it is right below. It's the next formula. So notice these 3 questions, 1, 2, 3. They were the first 3 formulas on your formula sheet. 1, 2, 3. If you can recall this from the housing unit, these formulas lead into the next one. We take the monthly payment to get the total cost. We take the total cost to get the total finance charge. So this is what I need. Total cost minus the original price. I'm going to copy that over. Total. I'm going to go ahead and say total interest because finance charge is longer. And we know it means the same thing. Is the total cost that everything you gave them minus the original price. Or the loan amount, the principal, whatever you want to say there, yeah? So what was again our total cost? It's right here on the screen. This answer here was our total cost. We just found that. This is at the end of the 2 years, all of the money they're giving them. Minus, what was the original price for this loan? 4,000. Again, that's what they mean by original price. They mean the loan amount, the principal, however you want to say that. If you did not buy this on a loan, that would have been your price. And we just subtract. Because again, interest is just the extra that you paid, and hopefully we can see it pretty clearly without going to a calculator. That 4 is just going to disappear. 363.68. So here is our total interest. So again, we actually have done all of this before, so you might vaguely remember this, but you're going to try it one more time in order. 1, 2, 3. That's all you're going to be doing. Again, go to Desmos for the first one, and then you can go from there with the other 2. So I want you to go ahead and try all 3 of these. I'm not going to be able to show everything maybe here. Let's see, full screen. Actually, I lied. Let's go one by one here. Do the monthly payment first because remember, if you get the monthly payment wrong, you're getting the other 2 wrong. So go ahead, try the monthly payment for this one, and then we'll come back and check and go from there. Okay, so monthly payment formula is once again P times R over 12 times 1 plus R over 12 to the 12t all over 1 plus R over 12 to the 12t. Don't forget that minus 1. In this case here, your P was 28,716. Your R is 0.0925, and your T was 4. So I know my exponent is going to be 48. That's 12 times 4, right? So I'll make sure when I go to Desmos to replace that. I'm not going to write the whole thing out, though. 28,716. Okay, so let me clear this. I got fraction button. Got to hit that first, otherwise you got to start over. I just talked too much and forgot the number. 28,716. Let's make sure I'm in the right spot. 28,716 parentheses. I believe this is 950? 925. Can't remember anything. Sheesh. 0.0925 divided by 12, close parentheses, 1 plus 0.0925 divided by 12, close parentheses, to the, once again, 48, because it's 12 times 4. On the bottom, I have 1 plus 0.0925 divided by 12, close parentheses, to the 48, minus 1. Okay, should have gotten 718.01. Make sure that I did that all right. Didn't miss anything. That's a really high number. I guess it is a 4-year loan. Ooh, and that interest rate. Okay, there we go. I don't know. My mind. This is a very high interest rate. So for me, I had a 6-year loan, about $20,000, and my payment was only $340. That's because this interest rate is pretty darn high for a car. Yeah, my interest rate is like 3% on my car. The higher the interest, it makes a huge difference on your monthly payment. 716, what was it? 718, can't remember anything, 0.01. Yeah, that's a pretty high interest rate. So I want you to go from here. Now that you have the correct monthly payment, or if you didn't have it, now you can see it. Go ahead and find the total cost. What's all of the money you've given them over the 4 years, and then find the total finance charge. Once again, that's these two formulas on the formula sheet. Go ahead and try it. Okay, so total cost is the monthly payment times number of months. So careful here. Sometimes, again, we just think, oh, I'm just going to keep doing the same thing I've been doing, and we don't think about how it's going to be different for this problem. Number of months is 48. That's actually the 12T. That's number of months. Okay, so 718.01 times 48. Okay, so this is 34464.48. Again, we can see because of this high interest rate, that's a lot more extra. If you had just saved up your money, you could have paid exactly this much. But I'm going to go ahead and write total finance charges to make sure we're understanding it's the same thing. But because you got a loan, you're going to have to pay the extra. So let's check. This is the total cost, 34464.48. minus what you could have paid if you had just saved up your money, but you didn't pay this. And I'm going to have to do the subtraction here. Minus 28716. We should have gotten a total interest of 6288.48. So again, that's by the end of the 4 years. That's how much extra you're going to pay. And again, this is just what you have to do in life when you want to buy something very expensive. You have to ask yourself, is it worth it for me to pay all of that extra money by the time I'm done paying for it? Or do I just want to save up my money and wait, right? That's kind of the game you have to play. Sometimes you might determine it's worth it. Sometimes you might be like, well, I really should probably get a cheaper car. I'm willing to pay extra, but maybe not that much extra. So that's all this lesson is. It's all your homework is going to be is doing this one more time. I'm not going to make you do it 10,000 times, as well as a review question, and that's going to be it.